A frustrating day for Colts fans and a disappointing loss for the Colts. The team struggled today against the Dolphins. Several mistakes added up in the wrong way, but the franchise also got to honor one of its all-time great players. Here's Brad Brown with a Week 10 recap.
So if you fly into South Florida, the airport code in Miami is MIA. That was probably the best way to describe the Colts offense in this game this evening against the Dolphins. Now, do give credit to the Indy defense, though. That unit, for the most part, held up its end of the bargain over the course of this evening that even kept the Colts in it at the end of the night. Darius Leonard, with that interception in the third quarter, really seemed to give the team some momentum heading into the middle part of the second half, and that led to the Colts' only touchdown of the night. Ryan Hoyer to Jack Doyle. That gave the Colts their only lead at 12-10. But we have to keep this conversation going again with Adam Vinatieri missing a kick. The missed PAT in the third quarter, his 6th of the season. So the Colts were only able to hang on to a 2-point advantage.
The operation was good. You know, all three of the operation was good for 4 or 5 weeks there. So these have come in. These misses have come in stretches. You know, in small bunches.
He's the type of coach that tries to build everybody up and keep everything positive and stuff. And you know, he's seen a lot of football. He's been around a long time and stuff. And for him to continue to do that, that's impressive.
That did not necessarily turn out to be the big deal at the end, although that final margin of 16-12 when the Colts came down the field, a field goal could have tied it at that point. Hoyer to Eric Ebron fell short on 4th down, and a disappointing end to the game here. So where do the Colts go from here? Well, the final third of the season is coming up, and right now, more questions than answers.
We just got to continue to everyone execute better. It's lack of execution, lack of energy, total from our complete offense, and we just didn't execute the plays that were called.
We didn't do enough. You know, we didn't do enough to get a victory. You know, they scored 16 points. You know, that's still not enough. So I don't think we played well. We didn't play enough to help this team win.
Look, they played a lot of man coverage. You got to make plays when they play man coverage, and we made a few, and there was some that we left out on the field. I think, you know, when you look at it, you know, they played tough, they played hard, which I knew they would, being coached by Coach Flores, and you know, you just got to go out and execute better.
Some more festive moments at halftime of tonight's game as the Colts added another great name to the Ring of Honor here tonight. Dwight Freeney, of course, was part of the Super Bowl championship team here and spent a majority of his 16 NFL seasons wearing the blue and white and the horseshoe. Honestly, it was about a third of that Super Bowl winning team here this evening. Peyton Manning, chief among them. Bob Sanders was back here as well. We saw Ryan Deem out here, and of course, many of the current members of the Ring of Honor were here as well. Had a chance to talk to Dwight when it was all done, and he was soaking it all in one more night here in the Circle City.
One of the things that make it so special, you know, it's just the journey that you took with so many guys, what we all went through, and now we're back. Those feelings come back, and they're coming back for a moment that, to be quite honest, it's all of our moment, because I couldn't do anything without those guys.
There are guys who are young in this league that mention your name. Okay. They come up as inspiration for motivate their game. How does that feel all these years later?
It feels great, you know. When you play this game, you know, and I was told by multiple guys, one guy, Bruce Smith, you know, he played for the obviously legend, you know, he told me, look, all the knowledge that I have is not just for me, it's for those who are younger than me, to teach them and grow them through the game, how it did for him. He wants me to have that type of success. And the same thing, I kind of took that and looked at it from my career. I played a long time. I played 16 years. So, you know, I got to touch a lot of different guys, different age groups, guys born in 95, 96, 97. And I'm almost going away to college. It's crazy. But in the end, I got a chance to help those young kids, because that's what it's about.
Freeney is the first defensive player to be added to the Colts Ring of Honor. Let's be honest, Robert Matz's time will be coming soon. We'll see where that heads in the very near future. So the Colts record goes to 5-4. 2 very important games coming up next. Here next Sunday will be the Jaguars, and then the quick turnaround on the 21st of that Thursday night game against Houston, specifically because the Texans now lead the division, and both of those division games ultimately could decide the Colts' fate in the AFC South before the end of the 2019 regular season. At Lucas Oil Stadium, Brad Brown, RTV6 Sports.